Hope y'all enjoyed that intro. Trying to get a little bit more creative with the vlogs, but today I want to talk about my all new Apple Watch Series 7 and put it through its paces. I've had this for a few weeks now, and honestly, I'm really loving this. The last Apple Watch I purchased was an Apple Watch 3 a little while back. It just never really hit the mark when it came to fitness tracking and some of the other needs that I wanted. So I'm in the gym, I'm about to complete a full workout. One of the things you'll also notice, and I'll talk about this probably in another video, is these all new AirPod 3s, which I kind of dig. I've been using them in my workouts a lot. I will say they're a little bit bigger, so they don't fit as well. I think I'll probably switch back to my Powerbeats Pros, which are my all-time favorite workout AirPods. Okay, so let me get some of my thoughts down in between sets while I take a rest. One of the things that I really love about this Apple Watch Series 7 is this brand new screen. It's much larger. The details and the screen itself wrap all the way to the curved edges, and that makes this thing just really nice to look at, really nice to use. And actually, this is especially useful in like pretty dimly lit places at night when you're in bed, if you wear this to sleep for sleep tracking, if you're in like a home gym, or if you're just kind of moving around and you want a quick glance, but you don't want to have to turn your watch all the way over. Not that that's a huge inconvenience. I just like being able to get a very solid glance at all the details of my watch without having to go straight to my face. Okay, so I think the other thing you're gonna notice about this Apple Watch Series 7 is I'm using the braided solo loop in the dark cherry. I'm a pretty big fan of it. When I actually purchased this, I went out and bought a separate silicone solo loop, assuming that would be my go-to workout band. Now, I did enjoy it. I like the feel and the touch of that solo loop, that silicone material. But the problem is, one, it does collect moisture under the band. I know that it is a waterproof band, but it does collect moisture in those grooves under that strap. Now, the other thing though is, for some reason, those run tighter than the braided solo loop, or they're not as stretchy. So I'm wearing this in a size 6. I also got the silicone solo loop in a 6, and that thing would just get really tight after workouts. Obviously, blood is flowing, you're getting pumped, and your wrist is going to expand a bit. That solo loop was just really uncomfortable after a workout. So I swapped it for this braided solo loop. So what I will say about the braided solo loop is that yes, it has this great texture. It feels really comfortable and just soft to the touch, and it expands really well. It is much stretchier than the silicone solo loop, but I think it holds its shape really well. Now, I think some of the complaints that you may hear is that when it's wet, when it's covered in sweat, it does get a little scratchy. I haven't found that to be true, and I will say this thing does a great job of wicking away and drying off moisture, almost better than the silicone one, because that one will trap all that sweat under the band. Now, obviously, this is a $100 braided solo loop versus a silicone one, which is about 49 bucks. I think it really comes down to preference and whether or not you think it's worth paying for. I get a lot more versatility out of this dark cherry braided solo loop, so when I'm not working out, it still looks good with casual outfits. It could work really well at work, depending on what you're wearing. I also bought the leather link, which I'll show you in a little bit, that I actually love wearing to work. Okay, and one of the most important updates to the Series 7, in my opinion, is the battery life and the ability for fast charging. Now, the Series 7 has a much larger battery, which means it will last all day, no problem, and you can even get away with like a full night's sleep. Now, The other important piece is that new fast charger. So you've got the MagSafe Apple Watch charger, which now connects via USB-C, giving you up to 15 watts of charge. So this thing charges up so fast. So for me, after a workout, I will just throw this onto the charger while I take a shower, while I finish getting ready, and it'll be back at 100% juice, which means I've got enough for the rest of the day and night. Another thing to call out is with each iteration of the Apple Watch, I didn't buy the Series 6, but with the 7, you still get those improved health measuring metrics, right? Blood oxygen levels, you've obviously got the heart rate monitor. All of those little things add up, and they do a great job of just tracking your overall health across the board. For me, that's the main reason why I bought this watch. Okay, so for those of you that are still watching, really appreciate. I know that this is a deviation from the type of content I usually make about photography and videography. I will still continue to make those on the regular, but I'd love to start adding these tech gadget reviews like the Apple Watch and all of these other things that I buy that I don't share with this channel. I think there I've got some valuable thoughts on it. There's also a few other things that I'm testing at the same time that aren't tech related, right? This 10,000 workout shirt, these Lululemon City Sweat sweatpants, things that fit into my lifestyle as a professional, as a fitness enthusiast, as a dad, and a parent. So if you want more content like that, happy to spin up some extra videos. Drop a comment down in the section below and I'll... Okay, so I think it really comes down to why, after all these years, did I finally upgrade from the Series 3 to an Apple Watch Series 7, and is this the right choice for you? So again, if you've seen my videos before, I'm just gonna say it really depends on your needs. For me, the Apple Series 3 was just so outdated. A lot of the tracking, the battery life, didn't have the always-on screen. Those things made it really difficult to justify just wearing it every single day, knowing I had to charge it all the time. And I'm actually a big timepiece or watch collector. So I love my Speedmaster Omega, some of my other collectibles. I would prefer to wear those over my Apple Series 3 because it really didn't offer much utility beyond giving me the time and occasional text notifications. Now with the Series 7, the juiced up screen, the improved battery life, the faster charging, and all of those health metrics, for me, I find it much more useful. Even though we're going back to the office, with the Series 7, I find myself enjoying this a lot more than some of my nicer collectible watches. So this does the great tracking that I need. I do work out and exercise a lot. It's a part of my life, so having the right tracking is important. Okay, so then I will say that for the price, with the upgrades that this watch has gone through since my Series 3, this is obviously a worthwhile upgrade for me. Fitness and health are big parts of my lifestyle. Again, I've got 3 kids, I've got a full career, I have all of these things that I'm doing, so staying healthy, keeping track of my exercise, my calorie burns, that stuff is important to me, and this watch does it better than any of the other trackables out there. Obviously, you get all the benefits of notifications and to being able to control your music and all those like bells and whistles that would come standard with an Apple Watch. But for me, it's really about the health aspect of it, which is why this fits so squarely into my lifestyle as like an active parent. And then finally, what I do love about the Apple Watch ecosystem is all the different accessories that exist, the different straps from both Apple and third-party brands. So really you take something that kind of everybody has, but you've got the ability to make it your own to kind of fit your lifestyle and your need. Like I said, I've got the braided solo loop for most of my everyday uses, working out, casual errands, and then I've got the leather link, which I love using for when I go out to dinner, when I go out to work. So really, I think the Series 7 is a worthwhile upgrade for those of you that are coming from something much older like an Apple Watch Series 3 or even an Apple Watch SE. Again, if you're anything like me who loves modern tech, has a pretty active lifestyle, and really loves the metrics and the health data that come out of these modern wearables, the Apple Watch Series 7 is probably the best in the game right now, with some of the best battery life and all those extra features that you would get with any Apple Watch. So with all of that said, I'm going to end this video. Let me know if you like this format. I'm just gonna finish this workout. I've been down here for a while, but I will see y'all in the next one.